let's take a trip up north to a spot on the northern edge of Michigan's Lake Huron. Drummond Island is the 7th largest lake island in the world with an average annual snowfall of over 6 feet. Getting ashore is no easy task, but the Drummond Island Ferry is a lifeline for this place, an hourly flow that carries people across the St. Mary's River. But with northern winters so harsh, it takes plenty of skill to navigate through the ice and the snow. So joining me now is James Geyer, a Drummond Island Ferry captain. James, thanks so much for joining us. I know you're busy on the boat. Are you currently on a trip right now?
We are currently heading to our mainland, yes.
Wow. Yep. Okay, obviously the weather plays a big role in how things get done over there. Kind of tell me about the sort of weather conditions you usually get around this time of year. Has it been extra hard this year?
So actually, this is pretty normal. We haven't had a winter this cold in about 4 or 5 years. So it's nice. The ice actually has been helping us because we do get some pretty good winds that blow in here, and so the ice kind of settles everything down and just kind of keeps things very smooth. So
wow. Okay, that's actually so interesting. I would think that the ice would be make it harder, but it actually is something that kind of helps keep things a little bit chiller, which is great. And so you kind of mentioned this is weather-wise pretty typical. It's mostly the temperatures that have been pretty brutal. I mean, when it comes to this ferry, is there really any other way to get off or into the island, or is this kind of like the only way?
this is the only way right now. There is an airport on Drummond, but typically this is the only way on and off the island this time of year. Yes.
Wow. I mean, so obviously people rely on you very heavily to get them on and off the island. And you guys utilize St. Mary's River. It's a very busy international waterway. How much trouble is it to navigate a route like that?
The summertime it's very busy. We have, every freighter coming through is, sometimes you could see, a dozen freighters in a day, 1,000-footers, freighters coming in from all over the world. So you have to be on point. Plus we have other just personal watercrafts, sailboats, every other thing that comes through. And so you just got to be on point with it. Obviously in the fall, winter, things kind of slow back a little bit. And in the winter, we're pretty much the only game in town. There is a freighter that doesn't come up and supply fuel for the lower end of Northern Ontario. So.
Wow. And I know you're captaining right now. Is there any way that we can see the view you see right now?
Absolutely. So what we're doing, you're going to see a trek right here. We have a pretty decent little southerly wind here today. So what I'm doing, I'm going nice and slow. You can kind of see our trek into the dock. We try not to go too fast and disrupt into the ice flow or anything like that. Because with this southerly wind, it's coming off of Lake Huron. That can cause some very serious ice shelving, some other stuff. So as you can see, we've got this chunked right up and we can go through this. This is a perfect scenario for us today. If we didn't have this track in here, we'd probably have some delays or maybe even some closures. And like last year, we did actually have a lot of that going on. We just never got the ice. It was warm pretty much throughout the whole winter, and we just never got the ice to build up.
Wow. And so in order to kind of keep that track kind of free of the ice, how do you maintain that?
So we just kind of keep going, and like I said, speed's a very big factor in that. And we, all of our captains are we've all practiced this. We're professionals at just kind of keeping things slow and steady. And then we do work really well with the Coast Guard. So if there is that tanker and some other ice cutters that come through, they keep their speed down to a pretty good minimum for us, and then they keep the tanker really slow. Because it takes, if they were coming through, full throttle, even half throttle, it would disrupt this whole ice pack that we have built in here. And it would really cause some disruptions to our day-to-day operations.
Oh, definitely. And I like that. You just got to keep going. That's a good motto to have for everything.
You just got to push through. Yeah, you just got to keep pushing through, man.
Just keep on pushing. And I'm a Michigan native myself, and I know the winters, they can be brutal, that's for sure. Can you think back to maybe the worst weather moment you've experienced while ferrying? Maybe not even in the winter, but at any point?
I've had about I've been a captain now for pushing 20 years. I've had three times where I'm like, Mother Nature's really testing me here. Highest winds I've had is 62 miles an hour that I've had to land a 150-foot boat in.
Wow.
That's sustained wind. So, higher gusts, probably pushing in that 80 mile an hour range. I've had some other bigger waves, other stuff that has happened. I just had one actually in December. I had pretty good. We've had a lot of clipper systems come through this winter, in particular between November, December. I had some whiteout conditions where actually our radar kind of froze. So I'm like, okay, we gotta come up with some other stuff and navigate that way. That was Mother Nature tests you, and this time of year is we just gotta stay on point.
Oh, it tests you, that's for sure. And especially into that part of the country. On your website, too, it does say you guys can move a house. Can you talk to me about how that process works, especially in the winter?
Sure. So a lot of that is mobile home type stuff. A lot of the stuff we haul right now, this boat is designed, we can haul 3 semis, 2 log trucks, fully loaded log trucks. And honestly, it's just anything legally you can bring down the road, we can haul. This boat is very, very big, and we can haul some stuff. So
wow. And okay, I know it's very cold there, obviously, and but folks need to get in and off the island. How many, what's kind of the busiest time of year that you see a lot of folks utilizing the ferry? Is it this time of year normally, or?
It is not. No, we get our snowmobile traffic this time of year. But actually, starting in about May, the weather is starting to get better. From May till October, we're really getting after it, and we can get some lineups, and but it's good. It keeps us on our toes here. So yeah.
And how long is that track for you guys?
It is just under a mile long.
Oh, okay. So how long does it take usually? In the winter?
In the winter. So right now I'm pushing about 10 minutes because like I said, we try to keep our speed to a dull roar here a little bit. And then, so about 10 minutes. And plus we do have to do a little maneuvering just to kind of keep the track in place. And we don't, and obviously ice is hard on equipment. So we try to keep that, we try to keep things at a little bit lesser, try to keep things under control, I guess we'll say.
Yes, and you definitely have to when you're working under these harsh conditions. This is so fascinating to me. I've never been up to Drummond Island before, and now I want to take a ride on the ferry. This is amazing. Maybe for folks that, want to give it a shot, they have to come and visit you, that's for sure. Thanks again for joining us and chatting with us this afternoon. We really appreciate it. Be careful out there and try and stay as warm as you can. Yeah. That's a Drummond Island Ferry. Drummond Island Ferry Captain James Geyer. Thanks again. We'll chat with you soon.
Thank you guys for having me. Yep, thank you. Appreciate it.